What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran. And we're going back to the 2023 album Danse Macabre. And we're up to a cover I've been waiting for quite a while. I've been excited to listen to this. That is Paint It Black. Arguably my favorite Rolling Stones tune, the only one that I would put in the same category as Mother's Little Helper. But I really do enjoy the sonic darkness and the lyrical darkness of the original. And it, you know, sort of that sentiment that I'm thinking of now in Fight Club, the idea of wanting to destroy something beautiful. I think it nicely illustrates the idea of the tune, which I realize long predates that movie. But yeah, the idea of having something beautiful in your life destroyed and feeling like, why should other people get to be happy or feel like, you know, they have wonderful, beautiful things in their life, because that was taken away from me. And I like, you know what, I'd rather just blot the sun out from the sky, like no light, no beauty, no love. So it's a very dark tune, but it's not from a place of just vindictive spite. It's more a sense of a feeling of betrayal by the world, that, you know, something dear and near to you is taken away, and so how should anyone else be allowed to have things near and dear? There's no fairness, you know, if that's the case. So yeah, it's a tune I do enjoy a lot. I mentioned this to a big friend of the channel, Izzy World, that I had recently reacted to a cover by Echo and the Bunnymen of the Rolling Stones original. Now that cover by Echo and the Bunnymen was like 40 years ago. It's like early 80s. So it was in a, you know, post-punk, new wave, synth rock type of sonic environment. But as to what Duran Duran will do with it, I'm not quite sure. I will say that interview I've been going through with Nick Rhodes, just to get a sense of what he might say about any of the tunes. He doesn't really say anything about this cover directly. He speaks about it in the same breath as the cover of Ghost Town by the Specials, because, you know, the interviewer asked, do you ever feel trepidation approaching tunes that are that popular from, you know, huge groups that are very well liked? And he basically says, well, you know the media is going to come at it probably with at best a mixed response, and, you know, there's going to be people who criticize it. But then he goes on to talk about Thank You, because, you know, that receives some criticism of why'd you pick this song or why'd you pick that song. And he basically says, I stand by that. And he even, you know, stands by a couple tunes where I remember when I reacted to them, like 911 is a Joke, where a number of Duran said, you know, it's maybe something that I think they should have picked a different song for. But it was funny to hear Nick say that, you know, he stands by that, and he thinks some of the covers on that got panned a little bit are actually, you know, he's very proud of them. Which is interesting, because I'm remembering now in the same interview he talks about being very proud of the record he made with Warren, TV Mania, or as TV Mania. I've been meaning to get back to that. I will get back to that. And I think I have like 1 or 2 Devil's tunes left. So some of the supplementary Duran material I have not forgotten about. We will finish. But in any case, I've been waiting for this cover, and I don't know. I don't really have any expectations for what they're going to do with it sonically, other than putting their own spin on it in some way. I am curious to hear Simon sing the vocals, which, you know, fair to say to Mick Jagger, he really hits quite well in the original. So let's hear it. This is Duran Duran's cover of Paint It Black, originally by the Rolling Stones, included on their 2023, their meaning Duran Duran, 2023 album, Danse Macabre. Oh, which, that's the wrong folder. Okay, here we go. Oh.
I see your red door, I say, painted black. No color in my life, so just turn it black. I see the girls walking by, dressed in their summer clothes. Dead flowers and my love, both never to come back.
Electric organ.
You people, turn your heads, quick now, look away. After newborn babies that just happen every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away, not face the facts. It's not easy facing up, your whole heart is black. No more will my deep sea shades a deeper blue. Maybe now this dark thing will start happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will be laughing at me before the morning comes.
Surely the most challenging part.
Wanna see the sun, painted black, like in the sky. Wanna see it painted black, painted black, painted black,
Amazing. That's awesome. You know, we'll put the original in its own category, and indeed, it's a a less electric sound than that there. But I feel like that's faithful while still doing Duran's own thing with it. It has more of an electric feel. It's synth alive, and indeed a couple elements. I really love the kind of horror gothic electric organ sort of sound. I like the vocal flair that Simon puts on a number of the lines, and indeed I was thinking that the humming part near the end, like it works so well in the original, but it's not like an easy thing to recreate without maybe sounding like a bit hokey, or like like it just it feels like it's so unique to the original that I wondered how they would do it. Now he does go through it quicker, like he doesn't do as many iterations of it as the original, and that's, I don't know, maybe a smart choice. But I like how he hit the first like angry line, because again in the original at the end he really like shouts, he like he ups the vocal intensity, and Simon paid homage to that, but in his own way with a bit of the like dark theater drama. So that's super cool. Definitely gonna be re-listening to that one a lot. I don't know, I like the Ghost Town cover a lot. It seemed like there was some mixed opinion, and I'm expecting that. Going through the Duran catalog taught me that Duranis love Duran, but they do have different opinions about songs, albums, different members' contributions, which reminds me, who is that on guitar? Because I know Andy's on some tracks, I think Dom's on some tracks, and then is Warren, I think, on some tracks too, so curious to know who was on that one. Again, JT's bass sounded good at the end, like it really stood out to me as the track was coming to a close. So yeah, top cover, and perhaps even more effective than the cover of Ghost Town, despite me liking that one. So big shout out to the group, big shout out to the deluxe edition, which I was laughing because Izzy said he has the same thing. Like once he unfolds it, it's like there's a moment of like, wait, now which way does it go back together? I did want to mention, shout out to Lori. I mentioned to her on Facebook that I had posted a video for the reaction for, was it Black Moonlight? Was that what it was? I think it was the reaction for Black Moonlight. Or not the reaction, the music video. I posted it on my Facebook. Now, I haven't watched it yet, but I know there's a lot of Duran fans in my Facebook friendship now, so, or frienddom. Either way, friends list, I guess, is the easy way to say it. But yeah, so I haven't watched it yet, but as I told Lori, my plan is to do a Duran music video reaction sometime during this month. I'm doing some things for like the AHA people. I'm going to do a Duran album discussion video. I'm going to do a Depeche album discussion video, but I do want to wade out into some music videos, and given that Duran was arguably the first like major deep dive in the way I do them now, I had done a number of Depeche Mode videos, but I was jumping around randomly, and because I started that way, that's still what I do in the Depeche Mode journey. But in Duran, it became this more deliberate, okay, let's go back. Now, there was still some jumping around album to album. But the point is, given that Duran has been going a long time on my channel, some of the first music video reactions I do, it would feel fair to include Duran in that. So my plan is, ironically, to start with some of their more recent music videos, including stuff they've done for this. that's all a long way of saying I'm going to do a reaction to the video for Black Moonlight in the not too distant future, hopefully, you know, right around the holiday, or at least by the end of the month, at least by the new year. So looking forward to that. There are a few more tunes on this. Super Lonely Freak, which I believe is related to Lonely in My Nightmare, but also Super Freak by Rick James. So looking forward to that, and ultimately I do think there's a couple other, like the Spellbound, I think that's the Susie and the Banshees, and I think Confession in the Afterlife is a cover too. I know a number of these are covers, so either way, looking forward to the rest of the album. Big shout out to the Duran folks for continuing through this journey with me, and also for being patient. You know, this is something I have to say in every deep dive, because I'm just going through so much that now, you know, the length of time between the individual installments, it slows down a little. But again, I'm not going anywhere, so I promise people, if you have a little bit of patience, you know, we'll go through everything eventually. So big shout out to those of you who are here for it. Let me know what you think of this track. I will see you next time. Peace.